All right, all right, all right. It says, is it true? All right. One down. One to go. All right. One down. One to go. All right.
There we
Let me
go.
get these volumes off real quick. I don't know why it does this every time to me. Give me 1 second. We will be with you. Why does this thing hate me today? Live and in charge.
You can hear me
All
fine, right?
right. Yes.
Can you hear that train in the background?
A little bit.
I'm gonna try to turn. Can you hear me now?
Yes. I can hear you the whole
Damn,
time.
how can I turn the fucking volume down on this mic?
All right. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to the Geeks of Bel Air. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Duke of Bel Air.
Man, that felt good to hear. Let me tell you, that definitely felt good.
Let's see. Get this to
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome. Glad y'all could join us. We'll be getting some ins and outs done real fast. Got my live chat going. All right, we got Allison's here. What up, Allie? All right. Let's get me all organized real fast. Let's see if this works still. Boop, boop, boop. And all right. Boom. All right. So we're back. We're live. I know everybody missed me. Believe me. I miss myself. Just give me a few seconds so good organized. So this one's gonna be interesting today. Because this show is based on real life, right? So sometimes you can't write the shit that happens. It's crazier than real life, man. Because that's the way it was. I can tell you this: I went and saw my best friend for his 40th birthday. I was so excited. I haven't seen him almost 2 years. So uh, we got to go to Boston and we did Salem. We were doing the tours, the haunted tours and stuff.
Going to witch tours.
Yeah. It was a good time, a good time. And I was so stoked, dude. So stoked. We got there Saturday around like 4ish. Um, and then Saturday, yeah, Sunday we walked around a little bit, did a tour Sunday night. I'm really glad I got to do that Sunday night because I didn't know what was about to happen when I woke up in the morning. But we woke up Monday, and my buddy John, they went to the grocery store to get some things, and they went to get like groceries, just a few things for us to have at the house because we rented a house. We all stayed together, and I was sitting there. We were watching. We had TV on, and I was sitting with with my wife, and then oh yeah, look,
I got it. I'm getting it.
that's
You
awesome.
talk. You
Thank you
talk. I
so
get it.
much, Matt.
You
You're so
talk. I
good to
get
me,
this.
buddy. Finding out new features of our show, guys. So I so we were sitting there, my wife, me, and my buddy's wife, Allie, who's on here. I saw her, and I felt weird, like my fingers were like feeling numb, and I was like, something's wrong. I used to get headaches when I was younger, and I remember that's what it would feel like. It'd be numb, and it would go all up my hand, and it'd get me like I'd get sick. So I was like, I think that's something's wrong. I think that might be that. Maybe I'm having a migraine or something. But very fast, I knew it wasn't because it went from here to not be able to move, and I could just feel every. It was just going, and I was like this, and I couldn't talk, and I thought I was talking, but I wasn't. Um, and it was uh, it was crazy. It was crazy, and they they called the ambulance, and they took me to the hospital. So before I continue, two things happened at this simultaneous moment. They 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 have me. She's on the phone. Allison is on the phone with police or whoever. You know what I mean? Ambulance. And they hang up, and then they're there. I mean, like that. They're there, and I remember that. I remember that. Um, so they're trying to ask me questions, and I'm answering them, but nobody can hear me. All they hear is, as my wife said. My wife says I said this. That was her impersonation of me. So she's coming in too. The kid just got home, so she's getting them all organized. She's gonna come help me tell some stories because she's got some pretty good ones. And so there's cops and stuff, but now I can't see anybody because this eye is now shut like this. I can't talk, and I can see out of this eye, but I'm trying to focus. So I know there's people right here. I know that, but I have no idea. I can't tell you. I could stand next to them and never tell you who they are. And they get me in the ambulance, and they're like getting the stuff out of my pockets or something, and I give them my wallet. Of course, I don't have it, but in my wallet I have my challenge coin, and it's my buddy John got it for me because they made challenge coins for the police department after I was already gone. And I remember I always wanted one from us. But so John bought me two, one for our squad and then one because we were detectives. And the one detective one is the one I keep on in my wallet every day. And so I had that in the wallet. So when I hand him, he takes the wallet, he sees it, and he yells. This is clear as day. I heard it, and I was so happy, even though you couldn't tell. He says, guys, he's a cop. He's a
He's a
cop.
co-op. He's a co-op.
Oh my God. I was like, yes. I was like so excited. I couldn't tell him how happy I was that he had the Boston accent for me. But he said he's a co-op. And so that became like the running joke for the rest of the week. Um, was that, every time anybody would say, if I'd say something later, they'd be like, "It's okay, he's a cop. He's a cop." But so yeah, he told him he's a cop. Me said he was yelling at them that I was a cop, and Allison tells me that they come out. He comes out of the ambulance and says, "Is he a cop?" And she's like, "Yeah, he's a retired cop from Florida." They give me an escort from where we were to the hospital. Completely stopped all the traffic. Just lights and sirens, escorts. This ambulance just drives.
Presidential shit.
It was awesome. That's what I hear. I don't know because I
You're
don't
the Duke.
remember it.
You're the Duke. You're the Duke.
But yeah, exactly. But my wife was up front. She was sitting in the front seat, so she was telling me how cool it was, and it was pretty crazy because as soon as I got in, they take me up, and the cop and the paramedic, because one of the cops was a cop and a paramedic, so they are like friends. So they come in and get everything, and they actually come back and check on Ashley to make sure she's okay and does she need anything, because they know we're not from here, we're on vacation. But the cop and the paramedic guy come back just to make sure, like, before they left, like, is there anything you need? They're like, look, just call the police department if you need us. Like, anything you need, let us know. And I was like, that's really cool. These are things she told me, obviously, later that I didn't know about at first. But so I was it was pretty cool that's how it started, because everybody knows that I was a police officer for a long time. I did, I loved my job. I got hurt and had to leave, right? Um, but to have that common courtesy and
Extend that to you.
yeah, they did. And sometimes you don't get it, from cops, so it was really cool that they did that. It made me, it got me there faster. you know, Definitely. They said I'm alive because I was on vacation. Because I, so I had a blood clot in my brain. No, I'm sorry. I have blood clots in my brain. And they, the one that was causing all the drama, uh, decided it was going to stop. So your blood vessels go like this. You're like you know, your bloodstream moves, right? It's a liquid thing. Well, so the blood's going through, and this blood clot that's now going through my brain decides it's going to stop while everything else is moving and wait. That doesn't make sense why it stops, but it did. And I have, they call them a cluster of blood clots that I have in my brain now. So that's a lot of fun. And they gave me medicine. I was there from Monday to Thursday. They had me on just shit. I mean, they had IVs and everything. Um, I was gonna get a tattoo, but then I couldn't, obviously. now, now it's gonna be a couple months before I'm allowed to do anything like that, anything fun. I can't drive, but so they see. I know what to say, but the words, they don't always work. So we we had a pretty scary day, um, and one of the things they said after everything on Thursday before I left, um, my brother actually saved my life. So if my brother's watching this, you
Thanks,
saved my
dude.
life. He when we were in elementary, I was in elementary school. We were at our neighbor's Matt Cruz's house, and we are swimming in the pool, and we were playing catch, in the shallow end, and like playing basically monkey in the middle, trying to keep it away from Jason. And my brother tackled me and pulled me underwater. But when I hit, I I caught the edge of the pool, so the back of my head here hit on the cement. And I remember we had to go to the hospital. I was there all day. My brain was bleeding, and so I was in elementary school when that happened. It was like fourth or fifth grade, and it was like a seriously head injury. So the way it healed, instead of being like like it it was like that. So instead of a circle, for my vein, it was all busted up or whatever, and that's how it healed. No big deal. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get really bad headaches, and I get the worst um, brain freezes. But it was something I never paid attention to. But they said that where that little busted area is in the blood vessels in there is where all those clusters of blood clots are sitting. So instead of it just being, go out normal, because it's busted and bent, it made like a little dam right there, so it couldn't go over.
Oh,
So it's just sitting there. They were sitting there, just sitting there, waiting to, at any point, decide it can. You know what? We'll go ahead and go past this little dam it made. So they said that was pretty cool. They're like, yeah. So an injury from when you were in elementary school saved your life. Like, these are things that's like you you can't make this shit up, and you can't. I couldn't have made something to build that in my brain to make me better. You know what I mean? Like, I got my butt slammed underneath the water playing with my big brother, you know? And here I'm almost 40 years old, and it's saving my life. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. So,
so you
you go ahead.
you and I were talking the other day after you got home, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing to treat the issue the best that you can. What they got you doing?
So, they have me on all these medicines to make my blood thin. So those blood clots, if they do go, they won't do anything bad, I guess. It won't hurt me. So I go tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah. I go tomorrow. Is my doctor's appointment with my neuro. That's the other thing, is we were on vacation. We were in Boston. We were in Salem. We weren't even in a big city. We were in a small city. This amazing hospital just happened to be there. But they so they got me okay to travel and made sure everything was in my system. Now I just have to go tomorrow and find out, you know, what I get to do next. It's um, sorry guys. Sometimes it's. I know the words. I know the words. They are. That's why I was wishing she was here. She's over there somewhere. Um, they have, they have all the videos and all the pictures. So all I have to do is take that with me. You know what I mean? So I don't have to go and get all new scans. You know what I mean? So I have a cool CD with my brain on a picture. But
Bet it didn't take up very much of the image, huh?
it didn't. Yeah, it was only one CD. I was like, really?
Yeah,
You couldn't at least put them on two?
one slide, yeah.
Yeah. There's not even a best of hits or anything on it. You put some music or something. Oh man. But yeah, like um it's frustrating because what I said is I'm being punished for I always talk fast. I'm a talker, but now I can't keep up with my talk. So it's like that's why I'm just like you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, you know what I mean. I'm sure. Uh, So that makes it a little difficult to talk to everybody. And that's why people have been sending love and all, but um, if you've never had a serious brain injury or blood clots, I don't like looking at the phone. You know, I'm like trying to, and then I'm trying to tell you something, and it's like it'll take me 5 minutes to figure out how to. Okay, no, I have to spell something else because I can say this word. I can't remember what this word is, so I take like 10 minutes just to make a 3-word sentence. Saying I'm good. So like that's why I called you. It's just easier to talk than it is to write.
Yeah, because your text messages aren't very legible. I
Yeah,
will, I will, I will verify that right now. His
yeah,
texts aren't very legible. They
uh,
weren't last weekend for sure.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, yeah, he'll
uh,
contact me at some point.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy, man. Well, like today, I colored because I was so bored.
Yeah, I
I was
saw that.
like, but it wasn't like I was bored, like there was nothing to do. It was like I was angry bored. Like I wanted to do something. Like you cannot tell me I'm allowed to do something. And I didn't want to watch TV. I've already watched TV. Like there was nothing I wanted to see. And so my wife was saying, "Well, you have those coloring books." So my daughter grabbed the coloring books and she sat next to me and colored with me.
Let's
And
clarify that those were already your coloring books
they
before
were
this
my
incident
coloring book.
happened.
Yes,
Right, right, right.
these were my coloring books before the incident. Uh, yeah, they
Hmm.
were like cool tattoo, sugar skull stuff like that. Yeah. But so I did that today. That was fun. It was just it. It's like I'm on training wheels and I don't want to be, but you have to be. So you have to follow the rules and listen, but it's hard.
So
But
you're taking some time off work, I suppose.
yeah, yeah, I'm off right now. They were really cool. I had extra days off, so they're like, yeah, just use your days off and stuff. And then we'll find out Thursday, tomorrow. They're like, if we need to do something else, we'll do it there. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's good stuff. But they um but yeah, I'm not as fun as I normally am. But yeah, so I had this crazy attack and I had to spend the week in the hospital and the lady was very nice, even though she like taking my blood every 4 hours. She had to keep my blood level right or something. I don't think it's true. I think she just liked poking me every 4 hours. But
Do all that schooling for nothing.
yeah, yeah. She's like, hey, we get to practice on this idiot.
Yeah.
But I did get some vanilla pudding. That was phenomenal. Let me tell you. Hmm.
You don't hear too many stories about bragging on hospital anything, whether it's a dessert, other than Jello. People seem to like hospital Jello, but outside
I like
that,
that vanilla pudding. It's the good stuff. Yeah. Well, that was me. You see it? My pudding cups. I
yeah.
don't know if you can see it. Woo!
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Damn, four of them, huh?
She's like, I got some pudding cups and some peanut butter. I was like, I'll take it.
Looks like me when I make it home on the work from work on the weekends. I steal my daughter's pudding. Daddy, you can't have that many.
There's me
Oh
chilling.
yeah,
No big deal. Just hanging out. I'll post these photos. I don't know if I
kind of
did or
looked like you
not.
got stung in the face there by a
Yeah.
bee or something.
Oh, I did tell a funny joke too. Everybody was it was 1 a.m. and I decided to tell a funny story so I wouldn't forget it. Wednesday. So the story is this story is what I'm telling is it was Wednesday, 1 a.m. and I had to go to the bathroom. All right, so I did,
Cat, captain's log, a captain's
Yeah,
log of a captain's
yeah,
log.
I had to go to the bathroom,
Sweet.
and it was, I've been there since Monday, so 3 days, and it went well, very well. But when I went back to my bed, I was tired from like walking and getting back in, so I'm like laying on the bed, like all right, and I hit the button so she can come help me get back into bed because I was exhausted, I was done, just walking there and back, I was done. Well, instead of her turning the light on, she opens the bathroom door and turns that light on. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no. And as soon as she opens it, she's like, "Whoa," you know, yeah. She tried not to be mean. And she's like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry, sweetheart. I'm like, oh, it was so bad. I felt so bad for her. And it's like, she just like leaves. She's like, uh, yeah, it was pretty bad. But it was her fault. She should have opened the bathroom door. I mean,
Did
that's
they code the
101.
Did
Yeah.
you hear them throw a code for a dead person in the hospital
Yeah, they're like,
afterwards,
oh
or
no. You just heard.
it's a hospital? We recognize that smell. It smells like death.
Oh man. Um yeah, it was I'm just reading my message. I hear y'all. I'm not allowed to do this stuff again. Taking all fun away. um yeah, man. That was my week. I
Yeah, we missed
you
you,
know,
man.
I oh, it is. I don't have a drink.
Josh says code brown, code brown.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, Code Brown. Yeah, that poor lady. Hmm. I think she had a black eye when she left because it like punched her right in the face.
Might have had pink eye when she left.
Pink eye. Sorry, I gotta take these. Uh, there you go. Look at that. People doing drugs on this show. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
disclaimer.
My name's on the bottle. um, but yeah, like it was cool. Um, I don't know where it is, but I got a little tiny Bigfoot little thing. And we got to go see the Monster Museum Friday before I left. So that was fun. Because, monster movies are the best.
Do they
So
do
that
the
was neat.
monster
So
mash there?
they did,
Do
but
they?
probably. Uh,
It's a
oh,
graveyard
yeah,
smash, man.
it was. they We did that, and we had a pickle Rick pizza. That was fun. Yeah.
A what?
It was called the Pickle Rick pizza.
And
It was good.
explain.
Had ranch, bacon, and pickles. It was good,
Okay.
but it had a white sauce, like a
Right.
ranch sauce. Yeah. It was very good, but we had to try that. So when we had that, that was pretty good. But it was
So you
crazy.
found a Dalrymple Street. That was pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's
Did see that.
right. Thank you. See, you're
Did
so
see
good to
that.
me.
Yeah,
Good to me.
man.
Yeah. So we got to go. That was right next to Sam Adams. Like boom, because we went to the
Oh
Sam
shit.
Adams tour.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that was awesome.
Do you know of any
Sam Adams
family
was
you've ever
fun.
had up there?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we're pretty popular somewhere.
Help us out, mom. Help us out.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good stuff. Um, yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
because
because
we got there
truthfully, I mean, you
Saturday.
and your brother are the only people I've ever known in my life with the last name Dalrymple. You know, I
Yeah.
work all over, travel state to state, and meet guys, work on sites for years at a time, and I've just never personally heard anybody else
Yeah.
doing that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was funny because we first saw it when we were walking. There was a missing cat sign on like every single thing pole, and it was one of those like Bengal cats. You know what I mean? The wild cat things that everybody has, those big tall things. So and it said last seen went missing on Dalrymple Street, and we're like, what? So we're like, that's crazy. So then we go to Sam Adams, and there's this little map right here, and it shows you where you are, and there it was, Dalrymple Street. I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, well, let's go. According to this, it should be somewhere over here. So we just walked down like the driveway of like where the trucks used to come in, for deliveries and stuff. And there it was, right there in Dalrymple Street. Nothing fancy, but it was cool. And so we took a picture with it. It was a lot of fun. It was
That
neat.
was the day before you went in the hospital, right?
Yeah, that was Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got there around 4 on Saturday. Went to dinner, had a great time, and then Sunday we did that. Um, we went to Boston to go do Sam Adams tour, and then that night we did the walking tour of one of the ghost stories. Um, and then the next day is all the fun happened. I missed I missed his birthday. I was in the hospital, but I made it. They still went and had fun. I told them to go have fun. Don't waste your time on me. And they kept checking on me, and I'm like, guys, just go have fun. Like, you know what I mean? I know you want me there, but don't ruin your birthday week for me. So, and then when at 8, they'd always kick out Ashley, so they always made sure they were back after 8, so she wasn't there by herself. And then they were hanging out with her and trying to keep her busy.
Very good.
That was a lot. That was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, but while I was gone, they their tarot cards read. So
Why
when
you
I
were
got home,
what?
their tarot cards.
No, you said why you were what?
Why I was at the hospital.
No, that's not what you said.
What
I
did
think
I
you
say?
were in the hospital a little too long. You said why I was gone.
Oh yeah, while I was in the hospital,
Yeah, but you
they
said
did.
gone.
Oh yeah, go on. They
Gone. Oh
yeah, I was
Lord.
gone from the house for a couple days.
Gone.
they they uh they had their tarot cards read, and they were telling me all about it. So when I got home Friday or Thursday night, they read my tarot cards. The girl read my tarot cards, and that was fun because it was all about like um, healing and and stuff like
Cheating
that. You're just
death.
like, yeah, you're like, wait, what? It's crazy. It's fun though.
George wants to know if this has been something that's just happened or is it something that's always been a problem?
No, this is new. um, so it, it's just one of those things. We'll find out tomorrow what. Like, the way I understood it is that the medicine they have me on, the blood thinners, makes it so if the blood clot goes, like if the other one goes, it's not gonna. kill me because that's what the blood thinner does. It breaks it up. You know, so that's why they have me on this stuff because they're going to see is it something that is this going to push it and I'm good, or do I have to have them removed, or they're just going to dissipate? You know what I mean? But yes, man,
You're
I was
definitely lucky, brother.
yeah,
I lost a cousin to that. Hell, she was in her, might have been in her early 20s, mid 20s, about 2012, 13ish. Just called her mom, my aunt, and told her that her leg was hurting. And she was just going to go upstairs and lay down and get off her feet. She, rode horses and stuff. She was big into the whole equestrian thing and figured maybe she was just sore, bruised up, and went and laid down. And uh, by the time my aunt made it home, she was gone. And I mean, early 20s, and some type of medication she was taking. She had been recently put on that, of course, months down the road, years down the road, you start seeing commercials. Have you or a loved one been
hmm
affected, and this medication, was one of the things that could possibly, you know, develop clots. And, unfortunately, she didn't get to live a very long life, and sorry for that background noise, y'all. And yeah, it's terrible, I mean, talking about just a matter of hours, from the time she started really feeling like, hey, this something ain't right. I'm, do what I always do, just go sleep it off, like a lot of us would probably do. Can you imagine? Do you think that you would have even bothered going to the hospital as quick as you did had you been in the comfort of your own home? Or it would have been one of those, babe, I'm gonna go lay down for a little while, I'm just not feeling
yeah,
too hot, blah, blah, blah. Maybe come check on me in a little while, and maybe we're not sitting here talking right now. So, I mean, I'm that way. I don't ever go to the doctor, ever, 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 ever. And I mean, I experience symptoms all the time where I'm just, lately it's just been a lot of cramps. Woke up, I probably got 2.5 hours sleeps last night. My legs just woke me up in the middle of the night, just the most god awful cramps. It was like if my legs were bent, you try to straighten it out and you're like, oh, it feels good for about 10.5 seconds. And then, oh,
ugh,
bam, there's the cramp all day today at work in the ribs. And it's like, is it am I dehydrated, or do I need, fluids? Is there something else wrong? But I'm just like, oh, whatever. If I could make it home and just make it to the shower, I'll be fine. And that's what I do. I mean, in God's honesty, I mean, it doesn't matter if I have insurance or anything. I avoid it. So, I think that
yeah.
you're lucky to have been, probably out of town and just being like, look, do you think you would have went to the hospital if you would have been home when that happened? As quick as you did.
I don't. They. I don't know. I think I would have been just like, oh, give me some Tylenol.
I mean, I think that's what a lot of people would do.
hmm I don't know. It's crazy, but I know that I'm definitely, mm,
Your wife says she would have made you.
yeah. Um, I'm gonna definitely, read whatever they tell me to read and take whatever I got to take. But I hate the what do you call it, like the fog, you know, like it's just it's hard to be almost 40 years old and take me 10 minutes to tell you something because I'm just like, what was I saying? That that's what gets frustrating. And that's what, they're like, if you start getting feeling like that, if you need to talk to somebody. So that was cool. My insurance lady called me and gave me all these things I can call if I need to talk to somebody, or and that's crazy because that's what I always listen to people, tell people stories, and I was really excited about tonight. You know, there's a lot of funny stories I wanted to tell you, but I don't think they either I didn't tell them or I don't remember them right now. Uh, uh, but it was uh, it was the scariest week, that's for sure. And then not knowing if I was gonna get out of the hospital anytime soon, you know, because there's like, well, not today, not today, not today. I'm like, when am I going to get out of here? Like,
When you can't hit us with a lawsuit, for
yeah,
sending
oh,
you
I
home too
understand,
early, basically.
but I just hated like it was like hurry up and wait, you know, like tell me what's going on. Why? And then once they told me about the blood clots, the clusters, but that was kind of, I was like, okay, I'll ask to stop going home now. It's like, I'll back off. But it was
Yeah, I can
just,
definitely relate to that foggy feel. My grandfather, he had a stroke maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and I mean he's still bedridden to this day, unfortunately. But was just the greatest guy. Loved to talk, loved to entertain, just like you. I mean, get-togethers at the house, like it. That man has never bought us a birthday card in my life. Never bought a birthday. Makes his own cards, and he just always had this witty humor and would make it personal for whoever was receiving the card. And he's been bedridden. He can hear you just fine. Obviously, he can understand what you're saying, but when he tries to communicate back, it's even all these years later, it's just not there. But man, when he gets aggravated, when that fog's when because you can see he's like, you can see he's looking and like his eyes shift to his brain. He's like, help me out. Like I know it. Like just get it down here.
mm-hmm.
And then it don't do it. And he's shit. Fuck, I mean, just as clear as day, and you're like, there you go, Grandpa. Like, just
Yeah,
use that same energy
yeah.
to tell me like apple and orange.
Welcome
Like,
back. Yeah.
son, he can cuss just like it's never. It's not hard for him to cuss, but anything else for him to say, it is so hard for him to say sometimes. But those cuss words just come right out, and I think it's just that aggravation, like you say, it's just it helps him push through where he just can tell
Yeah.
you like I'm pissed,
But,
like
but it's like we were doing dinner and stuff, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do the show tonight. So I went to bed at around like 4 o'clock, took a nap because I knew I wanted to do the show and I wasn't going to be able to. I was like, you know, I colored and I mowed my front yard, my little rider. I have a little turn, and I'm like, everybody was mowing this week. I saw, and I was like, I'm gonna try to mow. So I just got on there. I was just mowing. I was like, all right, this is pretty good. I'm just going in circles, and my daughter was sitting out front watching. Like, I was like, I'm okay. She's like, I know, I'm not going anywhere. I was like, okay. I'm just like, do 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 do. But yeah, so I did that today. So that I was like wiped out. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go take a nap, and then I'll get up for the show. So when you were like, hey, you're getting ready, I was like, oh, good, yeah, I just got up, I'm ready. Let me go get ready. I set my alarm for 7, so I went oversleep. But like, we've been WrestleMania was on this weekend, and I never
I saw
finished both of
a
them.
highlight of Snoop Dogg
Yeah,
slapping somebody down, kicking them or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
He doesn't
It's
act
too
very good, not a
no,
wrestling. Like it was very obvious, like that shit
yeah.
was 100% fake. And
Well, it was 2 nights this year instead of just one, so it was broken into 2 nights. And the first night, I was like, I'm too tired to stay up. It's like, I'm like, it's got to be like 12 o'clock at night, and it's like 8. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to bed at 8. And then so we just watched it in the morning, and then we came on and we finished, and then we watched the rest of it the next day too because I was like, I'm not staying up. I'm just too tired. My it is no like I was talking to my sister and she was talking about something. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go now because I don't know what's going on and I'm tired. I was like, I don't even know what the conversation was about. And she just started laughing. She's like, all right, I love you. But I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm holding the phone. I don't want to, so I'm just gonna go. But that's the way it's been. Like Brianna has been a lot of fun. They're off this week for spring break, thank God, because she's been able to stay with me every day, all day. But and if you think you can get that child away from me, you're in serious trouble because you can imagine how scared she was. Dad's in the hospital. He had a brain. At first we didn't know what was happening. It was a stroke or a seizure.
Do you have the
And
kids with you up there?
no, no, they were all here. Lorelai came and watched
And
the
stayed
kids
and
for
watched
us.
them?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was crazy. So when I got home, Brianna hasn't left my side. You know, she's just sits next to me, and whatever we do, we do. Like even she even like uh, she gets up in the morning when I get. For some reason, I get up at 7:30 in the morning. Though I go to bed early, but I'm wide awake at 7. So I get downstairs, and she comes down. She hears me, and she's like, "I'm coming," and she'll come down. And it's funny because it's like usually it's her week to sleep in, but she's been getting up at 7 to just to sit next to me to make sure I don't need anything. But it's good. I love these little the fun little comments. That's cool. I like that. It's good stuff. But yeah, it was my week. How's everybody else's week? All these people, anybody saying stuff? Hey, everybody.
Yeah, everybody's saying they're all thankful that you're still with us,
Yeah,
telling you to take it easy. You got your mom in there shouting out, and Ashley's in there shouting out, and they Allison, I'm assuming is one of your friends that was up there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yep.
Buddy John's
You know,
wife.
yeah. So everybody's you know, basically saying they weren't going to let you do anything but go to the hospital, brother.
Yeah, yeah. They're it's crazy. It's good stuff
Yeah,
though.
I really wanted to do the show last week, and like I said, I don't know much about setting it up to your YouTube channel, where to send it and stuff like that. And I just
I
figured,
appreciate it.
if you weren't going to be on it, man, it's your show, and if you weren't going to be on it, we're just going to go ahead and just all wish you the best and let you rest for a week and get back to it, just like it never happened. So a couple of weeks
Yeah,
from now, you forget that we even missed a week. So
exactly. Right? It's who's counting. If they start counting, we'll just add a number there. It's number 13, right? uh, but yeah, it's crazy, man. I just remember like the one thing we talked about when you were telling your story, and I said to you, like, just don't let those, things hold you back anymore. You know what I mean? Because you're a good dude, and you have to say, okay, that's not me anymore. And all I could think about is that this week. I mean, it's exactly. I have to listen to myself too. It's like I almost died. I should have been dead. I mean, it doesn't make sense why I'm here, but just means I have a bigger story to tell. So, but yeah, like that's what I was thinking about of what I want to talk about today with you is like it's crazy, you know. A couple weeks ago, you just said, "Oh, I think I want to do a podcast," and I was like, "Yeah, call me,
Yeah, call
do
me.
this."
It's been a weekly thing since.
But who knew that?
So
You know,
my wife,
it's our little you know, our little world of chat. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, my wife has actually been playing around with. You saw my logo that I put
Yeah.
out there, you know. So she's been playing around with it, trying to come up with some different stuff, and she's got she makes cake toppers and stuff. She's got
Well,
a little online boutique called With Love Amber. Um, she makes, can make earrings and all types of stuff, but she does a lot of cake toppers. Her friend's got a cake business, and people want cake toppers for their cake. So hey, Amber, make this and make that. She's got a Cricut, one of them top dollar Cricuts and sublimation machines and stuff like that. And so she's got these programs because she does 3D cake toppers now, so everything's in layers. So it's not just a
mhm.
flat image, it actually it's 3D, it protrudes out. So I don't know if you can see this, but fuck no,
No.
no. Anyway, she's
Well,
been
the post
playing
it.
around with. She's been well, yeah, I do. She came up with some really cool ones today, just playing with some colors and her program that she has, and that's pretty exciting because I mean
Yeah.
obviously I wouldn't say I'm any closer than I was 3 weeks ago to launching my own. But right now I'm just I'm so busy working on the road and stuff,
Hmm.
and it's like it sounds like a great idea, and I know it's going to be when it happens. But it's like
Yeah.
when you work 11, 12 hours a day, and you come back, and by the time I eat and shower and then talk to my wife and my daughter for 30, 40 minutes to let them know, like, hey, yeah, I've been gone all week, but hey, I'm still here.
Hmm.
It's this time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I'm like, man, I don't have the time to put it in. I mean, I could find it, but I'm gonna pay for it the next day, and so hopefully, hopefully not too long from now, I'm gonna be finding
Yeah.
myself working from home every night. Well, not working from home, but being at my house
Yeah.
every night and not living this life on the road chasing dollars, and really commit to getting mine up and going. But I've got a lot of stuff I've been writing down, so I've got a lot of got a material. I got some topics and stuff like that. It's just getting it going. It's just like
Yeah.
all I got to do is pull the trigger. I've got stuff. Things to talk about. Probably need to go ahead and try to get some people on board, maybe like you and some other people, Lucy, people like that who are willing to dedicate. At least give me 1 week. Give me one day of a week. And then jump on here and let's just talk noise. Let's talk about these opinions that are controversial. It's what do you think
Yeah.
about this? What do you think about that? This is what I think about this, and whatever, like it or love it. But
Yeah.
uh, if I had my own channel, we'd be talking about these Bud Light cans tonight, buddy. I tell you that much right now. But
What happened? What
so
happened to Bud Light?
what? You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh man, Bud Light released their new can line, and for I guess this month is Pride Month or something. So yeah, they've got rainbows all over the cans, and they got a transgender. I seen a funny meme. It said, "Ever heard of elf on a shelf?" Well, now you got, and obviously it's man on a can, but it's a transgender woman on the Bud Light. But yeah, Bud Light's gone completely woke with their cans, and according to somebody posted earlier today that Old English 800 sold more, had more sales today than Budweiser did since that happened. Old
I
E
I
had more
heard.
sales than Bud Light did.
I heard. I didn't see it, but I saw the headline. It was Kid Rock shoots Bud Light cans. So I didn't
Yeah,
see it. I didn't watch it, but I'm guessing that's probably what that was about. He was probably
right.
shooting those Bud Light cans. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm going to take a wild guess.
Yeah, I'd
that was-
imagine that's probably that was his way of
Yeah.
saying I'm never going to drink a Bud Light again. I guess it's probably one of his favorite beers, I'd assume.
Well, no, I didn't know about that. I missed that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
guys.
I guess it's
Been a little preoccupied. Sorry.
Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, man, we missed you a lot last week.
Yeah.
Can't tell you what everybody else did. I went to Augusta Nationals for the women's amateur final round. That was really cool, being on the grounds of the Masters.
I saw you
I
in
don't know if.
the thing you did.
Yeah, made TV
Yeah.
a few times. Yeah, well, we followed Rose Zhang. She was the tournament. She was predicted to win, and hell, she started the round. She started that day off like 6 strokes ahead of second place, and it came down to a 2-hole playoff hole by the time it was done. She went like 4 over par for the day, and then the other girl came up, and some girl from Georgia, and all the locals, anytime she did a putt good or chip something good, everybody doing the bulldog barking and shit. Everybody was pulling for her, but that was really cool. I mean, like I said, I'm a golfer, love to golf, and just walking on those grounds, the hallowed grounds, and man, the fairways are so impressive. It's like those fairways are like a lot of greens at municipal courses. Like, they're just that nice. Like, you don't see dirt, you don't see a root.
Yeah.
Everything's just manicured so nice. At one point I was like, this can't be real. This has got to be fake.
Yeah.
This got to be fake. My buddy reaches down, he pulls about, and he's like, oh, it's real. But I mean, just the landscaping. I mean, when you see how tight it is, you can't. I'm a finished grade dozer operator, man. Been that for a long time, and I don't know what they did to get everything graded so perfectly out there, but you can't see the smallest little reel, which would be an indentation from water washing out. You can't see the, and there's some slopes on that course that'll kick your ass walking up and down, because they did me, but not you can't see a spot. Hell, it rained. We got a rain delay for 2.5 hours. We left, we came back, and as we were walking in, we were looking at some of the bunkers, and you could tell the bunkers were wet, but there wasn't a drop of water. And these huge bunkers, huge big bowl bunkers, so they've got to have some excellent drainage system right up underneath all those bunkers. It was something else, man. That was really cool.
It's like, when we were younger, today it's still, but I remember watching those shows on Disney Channel. Used to have that guy would go behind the scenes, and one was on the fireworks that Disney did, and it shows you all the fireworks. Then one was like the animatronics, but one of them was on the landscaping. Every single day, the landscaping that they do every single day at Disney to make it look so amazing. I remember that was, one of those old shows, one of those old little behind the scenes things from Disney. But I remember watching that landscaping and stuff, and I'm like every single day these things are planted. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy. But,
Yep.
Yeah. Well, guys, I am so glad we are still here together. Thanks for letting me tell you what happened on my week vacation. And next week we'll get back in like serious stuff, Today was more of you wouldn't believe what happened to me. But yeah, so I'm glad to see everybody, and we will see you guys next week. Maybe we'll get Matt to do some
rapping.
topics.
I'm gonna rap.
You're gonna
No,
rap?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
In West Philadelphia, boy. No. We'll do some. We can do one of your topics or something. Test it out.
That'd be cool. Miss Lucy tonight. Hopefully we get her back on. A little weird not seeing her face on the screen.
Yeah.
It surprised me the first night, and then I was surprised again the next one, and
yeah,
it's like, oh hell, let's go ahead and see her.
Yeah.
I know she's
Hey.
you see she's going through some stuff.
Yeah.
She'd probably
Yeah.
have a little stuff she'd like to get input.
Yeah.
I know she's having a hard time with losing her friend and stuff, and my heart goes out to her and all the people that were friends with that guy. He seemed like he was, just based off all the stuff I've read. I went on his page and just looked at, what other people.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody maybe she worked with, at first, and then I, commented to her, I'm sorry for the loss of your friend, blah blah blah, and we messaged, and she had said that he was like a pillar in the recovery community, like probably, I'm assuming, probably a sponsor for many people, or
Yeah.
I'm not sure how all that works, but um, he seemed to be loved and trusted and respected, most importantly, by a lot of people. And it seems like the world lost a good guy when some asshole decided to take his life. I don't know the details of it, but um, heart
Well,
goes out to you, Lucy, too. So.
yeah, absolutely. Um, but we'll do this next week, and we'll have some fun, and maybe I'll be a little faster next week. But hey, it was fun. This was a slowed down version this week. You taking our time, taking our time.
You just make sure you stay in the lines when you're coloring over the next week, buddy, and
I will. I
look
will.
forward to seeing a fantastic coloring from you next week.
Yeah, I'll have to. Did you see the one I posted today? It was
Yeah,
a
the
brain.
skull and like the
Yeah,
octopus or
and
whatever.
a
Yeah.
brain. Yeah, I was like, yes, that's perfect. I colored the brain first, and then I went from there. Yeah, it's funny. Good stuff. Well, guys, I
All
love
right.
all of you. Thank you so much, and um, have a great week. And hey, you never know who's going to be on with us next week. You never know. You never know. Talk to you later, Matt. Thank you so much for your help as always.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Let me see here.
Oh, they want you to rap next week.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I'm trying. There we go. I wanted to. I got stuck on the right one.
Mm.
There you go. Cool little feature we got there. All right, brother. Well, you
All
take
right,
care of
man.
yourself, man, and get you some rest and follow those doctor's orders so we can continue doing this. I'm having a blast doing it with you. So,
Yeah, me too. All right, guys. I'll see
all
you.
right, brother.
Matt, talk to you soon, buddy.
Later, bro.